Good evening, Professor Armstrong. My name is Iraj Ahmed, and I am a student in your Operations and Production Management for Manufacturing and Services course. Today, I'm here to give you a self-critique presentation based on my midterm critique report. Now, before I get into the critique portion of the report, I would like to give you a small introduction about myself. I completed my bachelor's in mechanical engineering from the University of Toronto in 2016. I'm currently pursuing MNG degree in mechanical engineering as well. I'm very passionate about management, project management particularly, and because of that, I actually went to get a certificate in project management. So as of now, I am CAPM certified. I'm also very passionate about entrepreneurship and new technologies such as AI, blockchain, and their application. I have a bit of experience in the aerospace and energy industry. I worked at Pratt& and Whitney Canada as a process engineer, and I also worked in Celestica, which is who manufactures solar panel, and they're in the energy industry. Aside that, because I'm very interested in entrepreneurship, I founded my own nonprofit organization and also have been part of technology startups. My future goal is to be a partner or an executive head of a technology or consulting company. Mainly, I would like to first get into any managerial position and then go up from there. And that is my main reason for actually taking this course, because I have a lot of technical skills, I have a lot of technical knowledge, and I never had an opportunity to take a course that will actually show us how to use management strategies or for management strategies for technological companies. It could be even a service oriented firm, it could be a manufacturing firm. So this openness of this course, where like you can use the skills to cater to any specific field, made me very interested in this course, and that is why I chose this course, and that is why I have actually been very involved in the discussion board as well, because I like sharing my experiences and also looking at other people's experiences and how they tie their experiences with the content that you're providing us. Now, before I start with my critic review of the paper, I will just give you a small introduction also of the paper itself. My paper is not like the paper that you initially asked us. It had to be a critique paper on like a scientific paper. It had to be a critique on a scientific paper or a journal. Mine is basically based on my learnings and understandings from module 1 to module 6, and also through my input to discussion. The content that I learned, that I understood from these modules, I was able to analyze them and present them in a synthesized manner, and give examples as well to support my understanding. Also, I used different companies' examples, different decisions that they took. I critiqued them through the lens of specifically three topics, but in this case, I would say I critiqued their decisions using information from the modules. Now, to critique this paper, I will actually use the rubric that you provided us with in the beginning of the course. The first part of the rubric is part A, problem, issue, topic. First element is identification. I give myself a level 4 because I was clearly able to identify the topic in the very beginning. I explicitly stated the importance of operation management, and I provided an example with the success story of Apple. Also, I clearly stated that my paper will basically be a synthesis of all my learnings from module 1 to 6, and I will also analyze the role of an operation manager through the lens of 3 subtopics that I will be specifically focusing on in this paper, which are 10 critical decisions, product development, and globalization. Therefore, I was able to present all this information in a very structured and coherent manner, for which I give myself level 4 for identification. Assumption, I also give myself level 4 because once you see my paper, you'll see I was able to systematically present this information. First, I introduced my subtopic, what I exactly learned from the subtopic, for example, what I learned from the 10 critical decisions subtopic, and what it is mainly used for. And then I brought up in an example of Ford, like how they were able to restructure their organization using the 10 critical decisions during the recession and how this helped them attain this helped them focus more towards mass production, which helped them actually later on going forward. That is why I give myself a level 4. So for part A, I get like level 4. Part B, analysis of problem, issue, topic. For methods, I give myself level 4. As mentioned earlier, systematically I was able to present my information in a structured manner, and this will give the reader, yourself, or anyone who reads my paper a good understanding about what I am talking about. And I kept the same format, my learnings first, and then I critique the company's decision. I kept the same format for all 3 of the subtopics. For alternative point of view, I also give myself level 4 because I was able to talk about the company's point of view and why they made the decision exactly at that time, why McDonald's made those specific decision to get into the Indian market. And then I was able to examine their choices using my background knowledge and experience, and also the knowledge that I gained from this course, the content. And I was able to tie some of my analysis to basically the topics that we covered in this course. It could be plant location, it could be lean manufacturing, voice of customer, all these things. That is why I give myself a level 4 for part B. Now for part C, credibility of resources, I give myself level 3. I used a wide range of reference resources, starting from newspaper articles to online articles to journals, papers, and chapters from book. They're all credible. However, I couldn't use as many credible resources as I would have liked, partly because I had a limitation of words and I didn't want to exceed it. I was focusing on 3 different subtopics, therefore I couldn't get in depth with any one of them, which would allow me to actually make use of a lot of credible resources. Also, as my paper was more based on a synthesis of my understanding and an analysis of companies' decision, I was not able to use many credible resources in the form of papers, journals, and I had to use a lot of online articles as well because those articles gave a good gave good information about the decisions made by McDonald or Ford at that time. So for part C, I give myself level 3. Now for part D, I give myself level 4 because for limitation, for the element objective of limitation, I thoroughly considered the limitation. For example, when I was talking about Ford example, I did bring up the point of mass customization. Even though Ford is focusing a lot on mass production, that was their main decision. Like when they restructured their firm using the 10 critical decisions, it aligned more itself to mass production. However, nowadays mass customization is a mass customization is very important. Customers like options. Therefore, the goal for Ford would be to try to attain mass customization at the price of mass production. In terms of integration, I would say I integrated my ideas very well because I brought in concepts from other modules. I did not just focus on the specific subtopic when I was talking about an example from that subtopic. For example, McDonald's example, when I talked about McDonald's globalization tactic in India, I brought in the voice of customer strategy, how they were able to understand how to cater their menu, what to sell in their menu, and all these ideas. Therefore, even though I focused on 3 subtopics, I was able to connect my paper to different topics that I learned throughout module 1 to 6, such as voice of customer, lean production, automation, mass customization, SWOT analysis, layout strategies, and so many other. And I think that would be an integral part of this report because this report is basically me exhibiting my learnings and understanding from module 1 to module 6 and using these learning to analyze a company's decision. Therefore, and I was also able to reflect that very well in the way I was able to write the report and provide evidence throughout my report. Therefore, for conclusion, I give myself level 4. In terms of creativity, I also give myself level 4 because I went outside the general guideline and we tackled a complete different topic. I focused on three subtopics, not just one subtopic. Because if I was critiquing a paper, it would be more based on focusing on one topic. I focused on three subtopic. I brought in fresh ideas in the form of, I talked about Ford's example, then I talked about McDonald's globalization effort in India. These are examples that a lot of people, like almost everyone, can relate to because they're very familiar with Ford Automobile Company, McDonald's as a restaurant, and also the product development. They can focus on. They know about the use of 3D television, Blu-ray players. They have actually gone through the whole journey of the product. Therefore, I would say I get level 4. I was creative in my approach in bringing in all these examples and tying them while I analyze them with different concepts from all the modules that was taught to us in class. Communication and adaptation to audience, I give myself level 3. The reason being is I did consider a new approach. I did go outside the given guideline, but I was not able to do as much, change the format as much as I would have liked. I did incorporate the way I wrote my report, the way I communicated the information. It could have, it is the best of my ability, and given the word limit that we had initially, I think I was able to do that really well. And the approach I took to write the paper in the structure that I wrote was also suitable for this report. Therefore, I give myself level 3. So to summarize everything, for my total grade would be 22 out of 24, because for part A and part B I get 4 out of 4, part C I get 3 out of 4, part D 4 out of 4, part E 4 out of 4, part F 3 out of 4. Total grade of 22 out of 24, 92%. Thank you. This brings me an end to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed my report. I hope you will enjoy viewing my presentation as well. I look forward to reviewing and learning more from the remaining upcoming modules. Thank you.